On the wall, who is the
Fakest Natty
one of all?
Famed is thy beauty, Majesty, but hold.
Simeon Panda.
The spot on your head is so large, I literally thought I was talking to it. Yeah, now you actually look taller. That's a good shout.
Hello, Ratatouille.
Right.
Why are you introing my video?
Because I do what I want, mate.
Alright, go on then. So talk about big Simmy. Simon Panda.
Big boy panda.
Yeah, big Simon Panda, yeah?
Basically, he's a fake natty.
Yeah, so I put on my story like
Straight
about
up.
3 years ago. Who's more of a fake natty, Micro Tren or Simeon Steroid Panda? I met him once.
Do you like him?
I'll tell you a story. Here's a story.
The body power story?
Yeah, body power story. I'll tell you body power.
Yeah.
Breach, when did we go body power? First time. How many years ago? 5 years ago?
2014.
5 years ago. So 5 years ago, go body power. I'm with my boy Jalf, probably watching this. Shout you out. Oz, down under, see you. And he's like, on me, Simmy. We're hunting around. He's on no booth. He's nowhere. MIA. Gets towards like I guess the end of the day. I see this monstrosity from the distance approaching.
This big boy.
I said, Lord above me, what is that creature coming towards me? Towering over me, this man, a perfectly circular head. Shocking behaviour, white teeth, sick, got dentures. He walks up, I'm like, this is our chance, we'll get his attention. Excuse me, Simeon.
Can I have some more?
Can I get a picture with you, please? He turns around, I'm Simeon in this situation, he goes, walks off. His boys, because he's with gang, he's with the lads.
Gang.
They walk up to us, they're like, yeah, just follow us, we'll go over there and start taking pictures of people. Anyway, 2 seconds later, attractive female walks up and is like, can I get a picture? He's like, yeah, of course you can. My glasses fell down. Shock. He's like, of course you can. Anyway, we go again, ask for a picture, same thing, MIA. We're like, this guy, gas him off, we dip. I think it was the next day. Was it the next day we saw him on the street?
Yeah, Jav was going to throw a magnum at him.
Yeah. Next day, we're walking past Sainsbury's, casting a shadow over the place, that bloody condor. Simeon and his boys, they're rolling up. We're like, do we say anything? So this is what happens. He walks past, we just go and stare. Our boy Jaffred, yamming a magnum at this point, that close to turning around and just dash it at the back of his head. Imagine that, magnum to the dome. We didn't, we said nothing, we did nothing because we're too scared because he's a big boy, probably beat us up and would absolutely annihilate us physically, so we didn't. And
What was 10-pack?
10-pack shortcuts.
10-pack shortcuts?
Yeah, because everyone's got a 10-pack according to Big Simeon. That's pretty much my encounter with Simeon Panda, therefore, for the last 5 years I've had a grudge against him. We've done videos on fake natties in the past, did bear videos, pretty sure we put a picture of Simeon in the fake natty video. We're just going to say why we think it's going down. My glasses are just so flaccid.
Aerosmith.
The pills aren't working. Everyone's going to cry in the comment section below saying that we're calling him out for being on gear because we're smaller and probably weaker than him, although I'm pretty sure he squats like 3 plates belly to depth. So again, he's probably stronger than I am. So so you would actually be right. We are smaller and weaker than him. First of all, this man looks sick. Not taking that away from it in the slightest. He has a bloody fantastic physique.
Looking like a god.
Last time I checked, which wasn't that long ago, his training is somewhat questionable. Trains alright.
He also has a nutrition video, which is like, have like, eggs and your ham, and he's like, some sweets, then, like treat yourself with some chocolate as well. It's like, you've got a bod like that, Chan, and you're yamming the sweets on the daily and the chocolate. On the daily. Advising your however many followers to just start,
Yamming sweets bear.
Yamming sweets and chocolate.
Which is fair. Like, there's benefit to intra-workout carbohydrate supplementation, but don't necessarily think you need to yam a pack
Better things out there.
You don't need to yam a pack of Jolly Ranchers. Probably best if you've got maybe some maltodextrin dextrose combo, bulk powders, hit me up. Drink some of that. Bit easier, and plus if I'm yamming food during a workout, that stuff is coming straight back on the floor. If someone's feeding me GT's air, dropping Skittles in my dome when I'm squatting, I'm spitting them all over his face. I'm not saying all he preaches is BS information, so because you'd assume that surely a man who looks that good must know somewhat of what he's doing. So I'm sure there's truth behind a lot of it. If you're gonna go to someone for informative content, would probably not recommend Simmy.
Come to us.
Maybe. I would probably lean more towards Big Nips, Jeff Nips, Athlete X, good kind of guys. Don't bother going to Simi. I'm sure he's got some decent knowledge in some regard, but better channels out there. Likelihood is, if you believe is natural, you've been sold lie by the fitness industry, because likelihood is he's trying to encourage you to purchase whatever he's selling under the belief that if you do so, you will obtain a similar physique or manage to make similar gains that he has. Therefore, he is profiting from claiming natural when he's not. One can consider a legality aspect. I think when he competed in Muscle Mania, which was technically a tested federation, but it was known back in the day, because that's where a few other YouTubers competed that were questionably natty. It was known as the Fake Natty Federation. So, coincidence? I think not. I'm pretty sure he did pretty well.
Coincidence? I think not.
Even if you go to things like his fat-free mass index, bear in mind he has very small legs compared to his upper body. Not going to look favourably upon his natural status. The size of his traps.
His traps are
madness.
bloody enormous.
Especially when you're lean, it's rare to find a natural guy with massive traps when
You
they're
can
lean.
have good genetics, but they are
something else.
injectable.
Travis, you know when you go like skiing, I've never been skiing, but I heard this before. You got like different coloured like runs, like black runs. It's like that's the
Where are you going with this, John?
no. And you get like black runs, which is like the biggest one. His trap's like a black run because they're like this. They're huge. Massive traps, concern. Just the size of him in general, concern. As far as I'm aware, last time I checked, he's relatively strong. I know he doesn't train for strength purposes, but when you're that big, you're going to be shifting some solid weight. Like I said, his legs are undeveloped compared to his upper body, but ultimately, in fairness, he does still train them regardless. Give him that, that's a win. But maybe he just doesn't like the look of big legs. Personal preference, his body, his choice. Rear delts are popping, man. His capped delts, like I'm wearing caps right now. And it's just all a hecking concern. And you don't maintain that level of conditioning.
Not year round, natural. No way.
Because he looks sick. He looks borderline like he's beyond beach ready. He's in between beach ready and show ready. He's in that middle ground. It's not maintainable how lean he is, but he couldn't quite step on stage and do bits with some sick shredded conditioning, grainy vascularity. Can I prove he's not natural? No. Has he ever failed a drug test? He doesn't actually compete anymore, so he doesn't get drug tested. Does it really matter that he's not natural? One would argue not. His choice, which I agree with. Like, if you want to do gear, but I don't care. I just don't agree with the fact that you're profiting by claiming you're natural when you're not. So especially younger, easily influenced.
It's just giving the wrong impression, isn't it, to some people? And I've fallen into that trap as well when I was younger.
Charles, when I got into YouTube fitness team, I was probably like when I started looking at like people like Scott Herman. I was like, yeah, he's a sick. Then I started following people like Jeff Side. I was like, this man is 17 at the time, and he's natural.
Smoking ganja on the daily.
This man injects the marijuana into his eyeballs, and he's natural, and he looks like that. I could look like that.
And his best mates was Ziz.
So I fell into that trap. I believe that if someone told me they were natural, I would argue and fight to the death to prove that they were natural because they claim that they were. Then ultimately you understand that actually you can look good naturally, but you can't look that good naturally.
You're going to feel like rubbish the whole time as well. Your hormones will be all over the gaff.
Yeah,
no sex drive.
Yeah, you're going to be walking around flaccid as Larry. No coincidence, my name is Harry. When you're at that age, you're quite easily influenced by what you want to believe. Because you don't really know a massive amount about training, nutrition, supplementation and whatnot. So you kind of think the best will give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Chance, I thought Mr. Olympia was natural for a while. And then I was just there like, oh my god, they're not natural? Nah. Oh heck, what the frick, man? You're all liars. But even though they don't claim it. I need to get new glasses, these are getting too flaccid. They just fall down. They didn't used to, they used to stay right up there. I think that happens with age, it gets flaccid though, doesn't it? That's what happened with me. It's not healthy to maintain that conditioning naturally. Mark Lobine presented this many years ago, saying he actually reckons for like hormone stability that competing on enhancements is probably safer for you, because when you're that depleted and that lean and your fat intake is that low, it's no wonder natural athletes often struggle with periods for a time.
Like post show, it takes them like so long to like boost their testosterone.
Well, first of all,
back up all your hormones. It takes like 6 months, 8 months.
Sex drive and erectile problems are quite prominent in men, and period issues are quite common in women after competing naturally. Like when you're rocking around with near show ready condition year round, it's immediately a concern.
Plus, like when you're that depleted, ready for a show, like you carb up for the day. You can't be popping constantly that lean.
No.
There's good genetics and then there's roids.
Yeah.
And Simeon Panda is on roids, and for that reason, with regret, you're fired.
And he has sick genetics still, give him that, he has sick genetics. I may be wrong, but I remember Fillion used to say like there's a natural triangle where you can choose 2 of 3. Big, shredded, natural. Can't have all of them, so you've got 2. We could choose. If you're big and shredded, prob's not natural. If you're big and natural, your prob's natural. You're shredded and natural, prob natural. Natural, your prob's Nutella. Now, the purpose of the video is space to say, don't believe everything you see. We've called out fake Natty in the past. If you want us to go into further information regarding the science behind why he's most likely not natural, I personally don't believe he's natural. GT personally doesn't believe he's natural. My dog doesn't believe it. Breach doesn't Breach, you reckon Simmy's natty?
No.
There you go. Prob's not natty.
It's a no from me.
And for that reason, I'm out. But ultimately, yeah, I don't think people really care when you talk about like fat-free mass index, you talk about like androgen receptors and things along those lines, and the correlation they have between whether someone's natural and enhanced. If you do, we can go into stuff about that, but I guess it's probably more of a somewhat attempting to be entertaining rather than informative video. And ultimately, I'm just trying to get a reaction from him, so he messages me because I've got a clip that I want to send him, but I can't send it to anyone unless they try and beef with me. So Simi, if you're watching this, which I know you're not because you're far too famous and popular to understand that we exist.
Not what exist, John.
Please could you just drop me a message pretending you want to fight me? Obviously it's never going to happen, but then I could just at least send you a funny message in response and that's it, you don't have to speak to me again. I would really appreciate that.
Thank you, good night. I'm here for a good time, not a long time.